Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Workers and Resources, and you can see that we have lots of workers, and they're working with resources. There you go. That's the whole nature of the game, isn't it? Here's our cargo train station with our road cargo station, I suppose. So this actually works out pretty well, having the two meets in the center and then these two on the outsides, and it all connects in. I like that arrangement. So probably going to repeat that for a little bit. Got rail construction that's been happening. This one's kind of getting close to done. This one side's completely done already. And as far as our fuel distribution goes, well, it's going pretty well. We got some fuel already delivered here in Chernobyl. And now it's just a matter of getting all the trucks and stuff sorted out to do it. You can also see that our cargo ship has left the station. Yeah, look at this. Oh, it's got all the nuclear waste on it, too. It didn't export... Ooh, hang on. Perhaps it did. Ooh, look at that. So it's automatically taking... it's taking the UF6. That is not what I want it to do. It is taking a little bit of nuclear fuel, though, and we're actually going to end up getting almost 2 million rubles for this. But I don't want it to take the UF6. So I kind of need to maybe do something about that. This little train here, what I'd like you to do... so I have this sort of nothing layer for it to stop it when I don't want it to do anything. I'm going to come back over here and just tell you to load up load up on the vehicles once more. Get the UF6 brought into here. And I think probably what I have to do here is I need to cut this. So if I cut this, then this supply will be exclusive and we won't have to worry about it coming into here anymore. So there is that. But at least we're going to get a good export this time. The chemical train is also, well, it was supposed to be... Hang on now. The chemical train was supposed to have delivered chemicals, but it's like... It's stopped, and I want to say it's because of... Yeah, I think it's because of this train. So let me see signaling really quick. So you're chained to here so that you don't... See, I don't think we should have any chain here. Yeah, I don't think we should have any chain here. I think what we should do... This can be a chain, that can be a chain. This can just be straight on through. There's no reason to chain that. And then this can... Yeah, there we go. And then what I should do, I think, is probably get signaling going over here since there is this other train trying to get to here, but there's already a train coming into here anyway. It's actually going to come into here. So we should get a mixed signal probably right here. And that can be a clear. Probably want the clear. Let's just put this like right here maybe. And that way, if there's a train in this blue area, it'll signal here to stop, and it won't allow it to pass. And so we should see this train stopping now. Now that it's delivered UF6, good. We should see this train stop. Yep, there we go. And then I want to have another signal right like this that sends it that way. It's a one-way thing, and then same thing right there. Okay, so we should see this do its thing with chemicals. And it can't deliver them all. So instead of it, it's going to deliver 100% is what it said, right? But it can't do that because, it's already full pretty much. So now it's going to unload the remainder into here, and that's going to be our access. And I think what I want this train to do is, well, part of me was saying, wait till unloaded, but I'm actually going to just have you go back and wait till loaded here. Yeah, you're already waiting till loaded there. So in other words, we're just going to fill up that storage, and then on we go. Even if we have extra supply, which right now we do, it's 76 tons. So we don't have to worry about chemicals pretty much at all for the sake of nuclear power, because this is, all of our warehouses are full of chemicals. That's good. For the UF6 stuff, I am, kind of micromanaging it just because I don't want to overdo it. So, right here, we've got plenty of supply. So what I'm going to do is real quick, I'll just go ahead and once that's empty, I can go ahead and delete the stop. And that basically gets it to stop here. So it's set to unload everything and then do nothing. And it's just gonna do that. So for the time being, we'll do that. And then whenever I want this to bring UF6 again, I just add the stop really quick. And it seems to work out pretty well, albeit a little micromanagey. I've added this bus stop, as you know. And we've got buses heading over there with workers and everything. It keeps this place running. It's okay. We're lacking engineers. A lot of times in this area, we lack engineers. And I'm hoping that maybe these buses here have some engineers for me. Okay, has a few. That's fine. That's good. We should be able to get exports there a little bit. We don't have anything in storage yet. So I've added a technical university in the back here. It's like kind of a big change, but I needed to. And you can see how many people are really wanting to be highly educated. It didn't really make any sense for our nuclear area where really highly technical stuff has to be done. The main supply of workers for this area don't have education. That didn't make sense to me. So now we're going to have good education right here in local. And most people can reach this. Not everybody, but that's okay. Most people can reach this. We also have the Republic Theater done now, which is kind of nifty. And a lot of our little tourist attractions and stuff are done too, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is all working out nice. Now, for fuel, right, that's here. And what I want to do is we're going to go ahead and have, I think, another gas station. And I think I'm going to put one over here on this side, just because we have these other trucks that are kind of coming through here now. So I'm just going to put a little one. Well, yeah, because we got buses going back and forth through here. So yeah, I think I'll just put another one maybe right here. Just another place where they can get fuel if they'd like to. Now, I need distribution. And this is technical services. Distribution is kind of nowhere to be found here, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and we'll get a small distribution office. I'm going to set it right here. Right next to the fuel. Yep, right here. And what I'm going to do with this is we're going to buy 5 tanker trucks. Oil tankers. Yep. We're just going to buy, say, some fairly large ones. Yeah, let's do it these ones. They just look different, and they're half the price. My gosh, only 3 tons less fuel, but they're like barely, like almost half the price. So let's load up with 5 of these trucks. What we're going to do... Oh, hang on. Now we need a path. We don't have the path done yet. Here we go. All right, so what I want to do is I want you to load fuel from here, okay? And you're going to distribute that fuel to here. That's an unload. Here, that's an unload. We're going to go basically all the gas stations. So here and any emergency service building as well. In fact, I think the hospital will provide directly for the ambulances. And I think that's kind of it. We don't need to really provide it for these buildings, I don't think. I'm looking at this one and this one. And I think that's all of them. Oh, the fire department there too. Yep, and I want you guys to keep it topped up. So fuel needs to be topped up. And then they're going to go ahead and just make it that way. So I shouldn't need to do this anymore. So let's go ahead and stop buying fuel. There, we're not going to buy fuel there. Nope. We're not going to buy any fuel automatic here. We already weren't, and that actually might be preventing the ambulances from leaving. So hopefully that helps. We can go ahead and stop buying fuel here, and I think up here we were buying it too. Yep. So let's stop buying fuel. You know what? Let's keep fuel in the. Let's keep auto buy on fuel for the fire departments. Those are very critical buildings. If there's something wrong with my fuel logistics, I would much rather you keep this building at 3 tons than to have it go bad, right? So we're not going to be actually buying any fuel so long as the supply in the building is above 3 tons. But if something happens with my fuel supply, I want to make sure that these buildings have fuel to go ahead and do their job. So we're going to make sure that that happens. And I think that's kind of everything. Look at all the workers there, man. It's awesome. Okay, so let's take a look really quick at some of our other places. We have fuel now up here. I don't have this as part of the route yet, though, because the track's not built yet. And these guys are just chilling here because they're each told to use one of the tracks. So this is going to basically sit here until the alcohol. That doesn't seem like a good idea, though. I mean, we have a lot of food left in here, but I really think you should go stock up on food. Why don't you Why don't you go back and get food there, buddy? And then the meat train is just sitting here for now. Oh, you're not going to go back because this is... Oh, you're in there. That sucks. What went down? Oh, you don't have good fire coverage on this little pump, huh? All right, well. Like, it's $17,000 to rebuild it. It's not a big deal. But that's, you know, there's a lot going on there. And actually, I had one of these catch fire. I think it was this one. And they actually put it out. So the helicopters were able to get there in time. But it doesn't look like they're able to get to that one. You know, we're going to expand this a little bit more. And we'll have a fire department here with a helicopter and everything. And that'll be good. All right, so we got the rail done here near the fuel drop-off for Fedoristan. So I'm just going to take and add the signaling really quick just to make sure this train does what I want it to do. And we're just going to pop this in like this. So that's going to separate it from the rest of the track so we don't have to worry about that. And then what we'll do is we'll find that fuel train and we need to add that stop to the route. And then we'll do it in an order that makes sense so that the train has like a nice fluid route that goes through things. I may need to add a couple of cars, I suppose, a couple of tanks. But the problem with adding tanks... Why is my gravel train in here? What are you doing? What are you doing, train? Huh? Gravel train. I mean, you're just waiting. You'll eventually get to go, but you're not supposed to be in here long trains. So, yeah, if I can find the fuel train, where would it be? This one's the one that's, like, selling stuff. So this is our economy fuel train. I guess I could just go down to different stops and see where it is. So, yep, there it is right there. So this one's hanging out. So it's already dropped off at that station. So that means this one's full. If it leaves that station and it still has fuel, that means that that station is full. As it comes through here, if it leaves this station and it still has fuel, that means this one is full. And it can keep going back and forth. So I think what I'd like to do here is I'm going to have it go to this. And then after this station, we're going to change its route to where it wants to go back to refuel. But the thing is, I think I need to connect these tracks in order for that to work really well. Yeah, I need it to go that way, I think. So let's build a quick track right here. And I'm going to have it go... If you'll do it, I'd like you to do this. Hang on. Got a lot of electrical in the way. So you are here. This is not electrified. That was for the construction. So we'll have you go out like that. Yeah, just like there. And then same thing on this side, if we can, like this. Yep. Okay. Then we want to chain here and have this be a clear. Yep. And then we want to, and you can see it's not quite the cleanest thing just because we don't have, you know, different ways to get places, but I'm adding the tracks as we need them pretty much. So we'll have just to do it, we'll have a chain here. And then we'll also, well, this is built, right? Yeah, okay. So we'll have a chain here and a clear here, but I need this to be a two-way just because trains are still building that. And then we'll come over here, we'll have this be a clear, and then this can be the chain. All right, so this is all set up now. So what I want this train to do is after you leave this refueling station, let's go ahead and just check out where you are. After you leave this, if you are full, then it's all good. If this is full, it's all good, which it pretty much is full now. That's good. So this is all filled up, ready to rock. But now I want to just make sure you're like able to fill other tanks and stuff. So in the middle of this route, I feel like it's probably a good idea to have you go refuel. At least, to the very least, I need you to be able to get into here and go. And I think actually we could just have you cut through here. You just cut through here and went in and filled this up. Then you can go and refuel if you need to, but then you have to get all the way over to Chernobyl. And that's what I was trying to avoid. Yeah, so I still think I like it better if you go and refuel, then come over here, get this, and you can come right straight through and then around to Chernobyl. So right now you're going to this waypoint, which is fine. Then this waypoint. I think this waypoint's redundant, so let's cut that. So you should be going to this waypoint now. Just make sure you do that, okay? I don't think I want you to go here yet. So after this waypoint, I would like you to... You know, I feel like that's... Maybe I'm overthinking this. Because I just wanted to make sure it always has fuel, but I suppose if it really is, the extra trip it makes is not worth it. All right, you know what? I've decided it's a big never mind situation, okay? So instead, you'll hit this waypoint, then you're gonna take and deviate to here. Because I'm trying to add this stop to the line. I still want to amend this. So you're going to actually go this way instead. Yep. And then from there, you're going to whip yourself around into here and drop off fuel. So you'll unload everything. Okay. And then you can continue on with other waypoints. So from this refueling station, you're going to go to that waypoint. That makes sense. I think I want one more just to make sure you're doing it right. Because otherwise you might try to cut back the other way or something, and I don't want that. So how about we make sure you go the right direction by tagging that. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, that's good. So let's see what it does. Train should do exactly what I programmed it to do here. So it comes down over the bridge, takes the left, tags up on the track this direction. Got these two trains in here delivering things again. And then it didn't do it. See that? It just decided not to do it. And that makes no sense because the waypoint I told it to hit was here, and then all it had to do was... Oh, this isn't electrified. All right. I need this to turn around. You'll turn around right now. Oh, boy. No, you just didn't quite get there. It takes a bit to turn around in this game. Okay, temporarily. I do want you to turn around because I want to test this. So let's get rid of this signal really quick and this signal really quick. Go. Go. There you go. Okay, that's back to being that direction. And that's being that direction. Okay, now you should go that way. So this isn't electrified, and that's why that happened. I can fix that just by going like this. Now that shouldn't be a problem. All right. Wait. Oh, this isn't built yet. Oh, the pipes. Okay. Stop it. Fix this. I want you to go back to this station. Go back to this station. Uh-huh. Go back to this station. Yep. So you should do it now. This should be hooked up. There should be power on both. Yep. So I want to say that this will work now. There we go. Okay. So fuel will get delivered here now, and that will take the whole 100%. So basically how I have this, I was going to take and say, okay, stop at 3 different stations, refuel, then stop at the other 2, which will eventually be another 3 when we go out this way. Instead of that, though, I'm going to assume that most of these tanks have a lot of fuel in them all the time anyway, and that the train will never be able to empty itself on the earlier tanks. And that's what I'm kind of looking for. So I'm going to let this kind of go and just keep doing its thing. And you know what? In the early stages, it's going to empty itself completely, and then it's going to end up going all the way over to a tank and not having anything to give it. But eventually, as it cycles through over and over again, it will fill every tank in the early part of the sequence, so that it will eventually just be able to fill the later ones too. I think that's probably just the simpler way to do it. So now it's going to head off to these different waypoints and head towards Chernobyl. I just want to see if it hits the waypoints correctly. And then I'm actually going to tell it to go a different direction. So it's definitely heading towards Chernobyl properly. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it to go here instead. And this is going to let it go actually get fuel for this final stop. But then I don't have to manage it after that. After that, it's going to just hit every station now, which will be pretty nice to see. So there's our fuel train. It's completely done. We'll never have to buy fuel again at any gas station. We shouldn't have to buy any more fuel. So I think this is it. We got heating problems somewhere. Really? Where's that? Endpoint on Chernobyl. Give me a second. All right, 16.2 is not that. It's not that bad. Heat's looking pretty good. The only thing I can think of is maybe no workers. That is a problem, actually. That's a big problem. Buses? Buses? Are you? Is it you? No. Can you take those workers real quick? I don't mean to deviate you, but I kind of need the heat on. Nope, not there. Here. Yeah, can you just drop them off directly in the heating plant? Just this one time, please. And then I'll delete the stop, and that's fine. I gotta have people here. Okay, never mind. There are people here now. Shh. What happened there? I guess that just took some time. I missed the bus that did it, but all right. Anyway, as long as the heating place is on, it needs to stay on. So we have this is like the summary of everything, right? We have coal being delivered everywhere where we need heat. We have heat being delivered everywhere we need heat up to a certain extent. I will want to add another heating place here. For food and clothing and electronics, electronics is actually going to be right here. I'm expanding this. I'm pretty sure I showed you this already. It's been a bit, but I'm expanding this, and I'm going to go ahead and just finalize it. And this is a really cool trick. I tested this out, and it's a really cool trick. So we have electronics here, and it's full, and that means that these are not going to be able to store anymore. So they're not making any electronics. We of course want to make a lot more. Then we have this storage, which is not directly connected to here because it's directly connected to the road network and the cargo. To do this successfully, you either need a train to be sitting here doing it all the time, or you need a road vehicle to do it all the time. I'm opting to have a road vehicle do it since I don't think this will be that big a traffic area. It's only one resource, and there's 4 bays here. So what we're gonna do, it's a nifty little trick, and it costs you nothing other than the initial fuel to get here and the cost of the vehicle that you choose to use. So you don't need a huge capacity vehicle for this. I'm gonna do a covered hull. And like I said, we don't need a really expensive vehicle, but it looks like maybe this one's all right. 47,000. Okay, 12,000, 17,000. Let's do something like 1.8 tons of electronics. That might be really slow though. We'll try this one, 3.1. All right, so this is a single vehicle that we're gonna use for this. Why did that? Yeah, hi. So this is the single vehicle we're gonna use for this. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna tell it to come to the road cargo station. I want you to load electronics and then click it again and tell it to unload electronics. Now, I don't know if it really works with the one thing and then just having both boxes checked, because you need 2 stops to really make the whole thing work. So in this case, we have it stopping here and loading. It will load from the one that is most full, and then we have it set to unload, and it will then unload to the one that is least full. It's a really straightforward trick. So all we're gonna do is basically the forklifts and everything will take the electronics from these buildings and it'll bring it into this warehouse. This warehouse is where all these trucks are getting it from. We're gonna switch that to where the trucks are now getting it from here. That way they don't have to drive all the way around this to get the electronics to deliver everywhere. Now the train is still gonna come in and get electronics from both equally, and that's fine, but my electronics workflow can only deliver to one single warehouse with the forklifts. So we can't get it over here automated without trucks. This is technically not truckless because there is a truck involved, but by having this truck sitting here with this route, what happens is we're gonna have the vehicle load it from this side and unload it to this side. So now we have this happening. Isn't that kind of neat? So essentially, it's going to keep the loads identical. It'll keep them even. So as more electronics get loaded in on the right, they'll be halfway distributed to the side on the left. And this is just expanding storage, and it only takes us one vehicle bay to do this, and it also takes 0 fuel. You'll notice there's no fuel drain whatsoever on the LZ100 covered road vehicle. So it's a kind of a little trick to balance the load between warehouses this way with a road cargo station. You can also do this with a train as well. If the train pumps into here and it's connected to both, or stops into here and it's connected to both, you can do the exact same thing with the train, and it will just sit here and do this for you. I'm opting not to take valuable rail space to do this, but you know, hey, you could argue that it's valuable road cargo too, especially with other types of stuff. Like I wouldn't recommend doing this with food because you're probably gonna have a lot of trucks moving through there and you want that extra bay. So maybe with food, it would make sense to stick a train in there. Especially if you only have trains coming in from one side, you never use that track. You could just, you know, get a train in there temporarily with signaling, you know, hack the signals to get the train in on that side, and then switch the signals back to what you want to do, and then just have the train sit there and do this all day long. It's more expensive, of course, because trains are more expensive than trucks. But there you go. You can we have the load being balanced, and that leaves more space for the forklifts to go out and do their things. Isn't that nice? I think it is. Okay, so are we auto buying fuel here? No fuel being bought there. I just want to check all the forklifts, make sure we're not buying fuel anymore. Yep, get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Okay, and then distribution-wise, we should be able to deliver all of this. We shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. So this is covered by distribution office. This is covered by distribution office. Okay, and even if they're not, they should be able to go out on the road and refuel at the gas station, I think. I thought that was a thing, but maybe not. Oh well. I'm also expanded some schools and stuff out this way since these guys were complaining about not having education. So now they can at least get their education level. And every once in a while, I'll pop a new house down just to like expand the neighborhood, right? And then that's an expensive road. I want to let them build that. But yeah, there we go. So one truck taking up one bay in the whole thing. And now all I need to do is tell the distribution office to no longer use this warehouse. We don't need you to use the electronic storage warehouse. Electronic storage warehouse. Instead of this, what you're going to do is you're going to use this. And that's going to be where you get your electronics. And now it's a lot faster, and they don't have to drive all the way around to go to this warehouse anymore. Cool. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to do today. We got the fuel things all set up. The boats are working. Everything's cool there. We're exporting nuclear fuel soon, I would think. We have some in storage here. There is a truck, by the way, that's sitting right here. Its entire job is to wait until loaded and then bring the nuclear fuel to here to be loaded. So that's already happening. And then the boat itself is being told to wait until loaded. So it's getting stuff like this too. And you can see that it has 1.2 tons of nuclear waste alongside 0.4 tons of nuclear fuel on board. And so we're able to export our nuclear waste with a big profit because it's on the boat with the fuel. So there you go. And it's just going to sit there until it's loaded and then off it goes. Because really that's all we need. We just want a place to dispose of the waste while also making some extra profit. So there you go. And then every time I need more UF6, I'll just tell this thing to make a route or two really quick, and it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I could alternatively just do like a single trailer, but I still think the train is going to unload it from here faster than we can replenish it. The other option, of course, would just be to have another truck taking routes over. Like take this truck and tell it to bring it all the way over here instead. I'm not going to do that though, because I prefer this. This is always the priority. This is just extra. So in any case, there we go. Looks like technical services is not necessarily doing things the best. Looks like it could use a little bit of help and possibly a shortcut. Possibly a shortcut to these roads down this way. Oh, not gonna let me do it. How about over here? Does this work for you? No. I was gonna take it from this road, but whatever. Did we get our fuel distribution? Yeah, right here. This is done. All right, that's it then. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. There's a couple of things we need to do still as far as like getting people sorted. I want to take a look at Escatambula as well and start building this out a little bit, get some agriculture going, get its own food supply so we don't have to worry about its food as much. And then all of these are done and working. I've got them all hooked up to power now. So that's why they caught fire. Well, they can catch fire even if they're not online, but they're all online. Power's all hooked up right out here. Transformers, substations everywhere. It's being brought off of this side of the line here. And then here, we are not currently telling it to export or import yet. But if I can hook this whole thing up to power, let's say I get this big wire here hooked up to, the rest of this grid, then we can start exporting power out that way too to more NATO countries. But for the meantime, this is just built. Yeah, I don't have it done yet. So that's what we need to do over here. And you can see that I've already started the delivery process of getting it in here. So trains can come in and they can drop off clothing, alcohol, food, all that stuff, and then also meat. And it's accessible by the road cargo station. This was a long time ago before I had that other setup the way I like. But basically, road cargo is going to have to deliver it directly to the grocery store anyway. And I think the road is on this side, unfortunately. Oh, is it not even hooked up to the road? It doesn't look like it's even hooked up to the road. So I'll have to do that too, I guess. We can go around this way. Yeah. Oh well, we'll do it like that. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. We'll see ya. Bye.